Hey everybody, this is Ashley. I'll be teaching year 261. I just wanted to go over a couple of things that I'm hoping you think about more with discussion boards. A lot of times we're used to them being this thing where there's a question and you respond just to do it and check it off a box. Responses tend to look like, "Hi Jackie, I agree, great post." If you were in real life, I don't think any of that sounds very natural, and I don't know how much that sparks our learning. So I want to give you a couple things to think about, because to me, discussion boards are a really rich way for us to think about the topics and the content, apply these ideas to real life situations, and learn a little bit from other people's experiences. So the biggest tips and tricks are, number one, do the discussions. It's the one thing with Stanley that I can't do an extension on. Your posts, when we have them, which there's quite a few, will be due by Sunday evening. You have from Sunday until Tuesday at midnight to respond and interact with others in the discussion. Now, you'll notice the grading rubrics say you should do this with at least 3 people. You don't have to do this with everyone in the class, and you don't have to do just 3, but make sure they're meaningful. What I mean by that is, well, let me back up first. For your initial post, always be sure to read the instructions and the prompts. I don't care how you create a format. Now, ideally, it would be paragraph written form, but if you need to even say 1, and what you think about that, 2, what you think about that, like if there's multiple questions being asked, make sure you respond to all the prompts. The other part of that is not just saying, "Yes, I agree with that because," or "No, I don't think so because this isn't true in my program." That's not a response. I don't know what you're talking about. Why isn't it true in your program? There's some questions that you can think about, and I'll put these here too so you can see those. But as you're thinking about what you want to say, what are your reasons for saying it? Why do you agree or disagree? How are you defining some of the terms that you've just used? Are there data points that you can draw from, or a real story or experience that you've had in your work that can kind of explain more about what you're thinking and why? And the interactions piece with others is that you're thinking of this like you're in a conversation. You're adding value, you're questioning, you are wondering, you're curious, you're following up, you're expanding. So feel free to agree or disagree. This is a space where I don't want us to all think the exact same things, and I want us to be able to listen to each other's perspectives and kind of stretch our brains to think a little bit more. So as long as we keep that in the realm of professional disagreement, this isn't a fight. This is I'm not sure that I see things that way because, and it's okay to go back later and say, you know what, after reading what you've shared here, I don't know that I would agree with what I said in the first place. Here's why. So as long as we're seeing that kind of interaction happen in our discussions, we are learning. When these things don't happen, it tends to look like a short snippet of a response. I've checked a box and I'm responding to someone to say, "I agree, love your post, great post." Like, that's not a discussion interaction. That's just doing something to check a box, and the grades will reflect that too. Otherwise, feel free to add things too. If you have an image or a video or a file or something that helps explain what you're thinking, we want this to be a fun, creative space. It's not limited to just the typewritten word. The other thing you'll notice in the rubric is that it says there's a word, you need to have a certain word count. I'm not a stickler on that, but that should be able to help you kind of think about, did I say enough? So if you look at what you've written, and if you did a word count and you see it's like 75 words, you need to say more, explain more, go deeper into thought, give us some more meat to digest and work on. These things should be able to help you be really successful in the discussions, but not just successful, be able to use them as a learning tool to apply a lot of the concepts that we talk about in the course. As always, if any of you have questions, you know where to find me. You can reach me through messages in Canvas. I've got my cell phone number posted everywhere too. Don't hesitate to text or call, and I'm here to help.